A few videos ago I unboxed this Minidisc cleaner with a bundle of Minidiscs. It doesn't clean the Minidisc player, it cleans the discs themselves, and when I used it on that video it just made the disc much more dirty. What I noticed subsequent to that was the discs that came in the bundle and the disc that I cleaned with it had something on the back of them that looks to me like iron filings. All of them are like this, but I haven't got this in any of the other discs I own. And I'm just wondering whether that is iron filings. So what I'm going to do in this video is have a look at this Minidisc cleaner and see if I can get it working so it's actually cleaning the discs and figure out what it is that it's leaving on the spindle of the discs there. So what I'm going to do first of all is give you a demo again, a quick demo of how it works. So it's really hard to open. There we go. And what you do is you get your cleaner, which is designed for cleaning cassettes, it says. But you get your cleaner and you stick it on this sponge bit here. And then you get your disc. Let's use that one. Checking the back there. I've still got some of it on. Clean all that off best I can, and you put your disc in here. I'm going to just show you that disc so you can see that it's not dirty. So it cleans, let's get rid of that sticker. It cleans the underside of the disc, so it's not too bad. It's a bit dusty, but no big deal. So you put your disc in this way up, and as you push it in, it opens the flap. You can see there that that disc, although it's a bit dusty, it's not very dirty. And you close it along, and you just spin it like this. And it says you spin it 5 or 6 circles. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you get it open again somehow. And the point is, this pad spins round as it moves the disc round and cleans the disc. So let's open that up again. And you can see that has made it much worse. But also, if I zoom in a bit more, you can see that it has left some sort of residue on the disc again. So that is coming from the inside of this player. Now, when I first got this, it seemed to have some sort of plastic. Can you see that? I don't know what that, oh, hang on, that's a funny feeling thing. There it is. Is that a magnet? Let me get a paper clip. Okay, so yeah. Oh, that's a strong magnet. Now I might have to review my earlier video. So I don't know what all this stuff is. Right, it had a piece of paper on the top, or a piece of foil or something on the top of it. I'm going to see if I can get some footage for you from the earlier video that shows that. But whatever it was on top of this is no longer on there. Now that is a magnet, but this bit I think was some sort of covering, like a felt cover or something like that. Now it can't be felt, it must be metallic, because that is now sticking to the paperclip. So whatever the cover was on there, it looked like a piece of plastic, sorry, a piece of metal foil or something. So that's all got to come off. I don't know where that's coming from though. I'm going to have a look off camera. Yeah, I think that used to have a silver cover on it, a silver piece of paper or some sort of covering on it. But now it's just iron filings or whatever it is. Look, oh, you can see a bit there. I'll show you what I've done to see this. So I shoot these videos on my pretty ancient Pixel 4a, and I'm screencasting the Pixel 4a onto a monitor so I can see better. Because I've noticed that when I watch my videos back on like a 22-inch monitor or something, I can see a lot more when I'm watching them back than when I'm shooting them on a 5.5-inch screen. So I've got to clean all this up somehow, and I'm not quite sure how to do it. Let me have a think. Yeah, so what I'm using is an antibacterial wipe. See if that's going to do the job. Wow, look at that. Zoom out a bit because it's probably not very good quality when it's zoomed in. That's the mechanism. Okay, I'll be back once I finish cleaning all this off. Yeah, so that's the remains on the side of whatever it was that covered the top as well. So it looks like it was covered in a metal foil or something. Well, that's obviously long gone. I'm going to try and get this off. Hard to get off because it's quite a strong magnet. There you go. Right, okay, let me get back to work on this. Right, so I think I've got it as clean as I'm going to get it. Still see something on there. Unless I can find a magnet that's stronger than that, I think that's as good as I'm going to get it. So let's pop a disc back in. Let's pop the same one back in, clean that off first. Obviously this is metal, you don't want these metal bits down inside your mini disc player really. So my guess is, the theory behind this is that's a strong magnet, but it might not have had enough friction, so they might put some sort of coating on it. I don't know. So okay, let's put this back. You can't see. Hang on a second. There we go. So we put this back in here. See how dirty that is now. I'm going to concentrate on this in a minute. But essentially, that goes in there with this solution on it. Snap it shut. Give it a few of those. And yeah, that is strong. That is a strong magnet because it holds the disc in place. And we'll have a look at the disc and see if that's any cleaner now. Yeah, there's very little on there. So I think that is as good as we're going to get. Oh, it's come off my thumb, I think. Yeah, so that's interesting. So we've now got a really dirty disc though. Ugh. So we're going to move on to cleaning this. So let's have a look at this. You're zoomed in at twice magnification. So what it is, it's a round felt sponge, and on top, a round sponge, and on top of that is a felt pad. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this felt pad and I'm going to put it in some normal household clothes detergent, washing detergent, and leave it in there for about a quarter of an hour and then dry it out and see if it's any better. Right, so I'm back after about 45 minutes. I've used a tiny little pot like this, some warm water, quite hot actually, and the tiniest drop of washing detergent, washing liquid. And I've put this in there and given it a bit of a stir around, squished it about a bit, and left it for about over 30 minutes. and I'm going to see if it's going to work. But what I'm worried about, first thing I'm going to do is going to get a cotton bud, just spin this around here. I've already done this, but I'm just showing you what I'm doing, because I thought a cotton bud might just take off the last of any residue that's on there. Tiny little bit, not too much. Now what I'm worried about is it could be the fluid. It says on here that this is for cleaning cassettes, and this is the one that came with it. So unless this wasn't the original, this might be something else. It might be something that they put in because they've run out of the original minidisc cleaner, minidisc cleaning solution. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a cotton bud, a clean cotton bud, and try and clean up this disc with a cotton bud on a different piece of the disc with this solution, and see if the cotton bud, which I know is clean because it's fresh out of the pot, and see if that makes a mess of it. So I just need to spin this disc around first. In fact, I'm going to try and clean up that part of it, the part that is really, that was made bad by the minidisc cleaner. So let's try and clean that up with this. I'm going to try and get it so you can see it and I can see it as well. There we go, you can see it better than I can now. Oh yeah, that does make a difference, doesn't it? But when it dries, it smears. Smears. If anyone know what Smears is, what film Smears is from, pop it in the description box. No, in the comments box, should I say. I've got this problem where it won't focus again on, yes, it's smeary, it won't focus on shiny areas. So let's get the proper IPA out and a fresh cotton bud. There we go, there's quite a dirty part. Now we can both see that, that's handy. Wait for that to dry. It's almost smear free. Let's use the other side of the cotton bud to dry it off. Yeah, that's quite good, I think. Zoom in. Okay, I'm running out of storage on my phone, so I'm just going to delete a few files and then I'll be back with some more video. Right, so that's 30 gig cleaned off of my phone. Right, what I'm going to do is get another cotton bud. I'm going to try this again because I kind of lost track. So I'm going to put this stuff that came with the minidisc cleaner on the cotton swab. Wipe it on the disc. And see what happens. I think I'm getting bits of cotton from the cotton swab stuck on it. Yeah, that looks awful. So I'm now going to dry that off with the dry end of the cotton swab. Yeah, so that is nowhere near as clean as using IPA. I'm going to demonstrate that with a fresh cotton swab. There's my IPA gone. There it is. And I'm going to go over that part and the adjacent part. Dry it off. Yeah, it's not ideal, but it's better than it was. Yeah, the bit I've cleaned is actually pretty good. So I think it's probably this. I think whatever this is in here, designed for cleaning cassette head decks, is probably not the stuff to use. So I'm going to try it now with this, which has got nothing on it. I'm just going to spray it with some IPA, and then I'm going to get this ready in the disc, in the cleaner, as it should be, because the IPA will evaporate. Because I'm probably going to end up selling this on eBay, because I really have not had the need to clean a mini disc. So giving that quite a good dousing, popping it in there. Closing the lid, spinning it around. Oh, not got the lid closed. So probably, there we go. And you can see, possibly see inside there, the disc is spinning. It's hard to tell actually. I can see it. Oh, you can probably see it if you're on a big screen. Yeah, the disc is spinning. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll have a look and see whether that disc came out nice and clean. Oh, right, there we go. Well, it came out wet. Is that bubbles? It's drying off. You can see the IPA is evaporating off now. I must remember when I play these sharps. Oh, that's just awful. Look at the state of that. So that must be something on this pad here. It's very wet. You know, I said it was a rare piece of kit, and maybe that's the reason for it. Maybe you don't see many of them because they were just plain old rubbish. So I think we'll call it a day for that video. I don't think I might put this up on eBay. I'm going to let that dry off a little bit. Once that's dried off, I'm going to run it through the player again, and I'll shoot a bit of video for it. And if you see that next, then you know it's worked a bit better. But if you don't see anything after this bit, you'll know that this is a fail. I might put it up on eBay again, because I don't really want it. Oh, look at that. So that has left hardly any of those marks on the spindle themselves. Just one tiny little bit there, and that could have been left on there already. So at least that bit is working. But if I do put this up on eBay, it will be put on as probably not working. I don't know how I'd list it. I mean, it is functioning the same as it should do, but it's just not very good at doing the job it was designed to do, I think. So I might put it up on eBay. So if you're watching this, go down to the description box, and if it's up on eBay and still for sale, there'll be a link to it in the description box. If you can't see anything on eBay, sorry, if you can't see anything in the description box about it, if you can't see a link in the description box linking to eBay, then it's either sold or I've not sold it. So anyway, for now, thanks for watching. Hopefully the next video will be more successful. Let's bung this back in again. Yep, it's still pants. You know what? You want to clean a mini disc? cotton buds, some IPA. That'll do the job nicely. As I may have already said, that's the end of this video. This is just giving you a chance to click pause and give me a thumbs up on this video if you liked it. Or you can click on the little green Android and subscribe to the channel. Click on the red P and go visit my Patreon page. Or you can click on the box and see a video that YouTube thinks you might like. Or click on the playlist and go to a playlist of videos similar to the one you just watched. Thanks very much.